Hey guys, it's Luke here, and welcome to, well, a bit of a mini series really. So basically, I'm kind of doing loot from 1k of each boss in game, excluding a couple just because of what they are, but I'll go into that in a bit more detail later on. So either way, this video is all about Araxxor. So what I'm planning to do is do 3 videos per boss. So we'll have 100, 500 and then the 1k loot to kind of have a comparison in terms of how many uniques and how much money we make at those certain thresholds. So a friend of mine actually did this as well, called Trissle. I don't know if you guys do know him, but he did this kind of on a bit of a kind of miniature scale. He did it from, I believe, 100 of like, say, like mid-tier harder bosses and like 500 of kind of like mid-ish tier. But I've kind of made it to 1k. Just kind of to round off every single boss at the 1k just to see how much we get. But guys, yeah, I'll link Trissle's YouTube in the chat as well, in the chat or description I should say, if you guys want to go check out that as well. But yeah, either way, I was kind of interested to see how much we can actually make from 1k of each boss pretty much in the game. So that's kind of really what this is pointing towards. I guess it's a bit more of a I don't know, I'm a bit of a money maker as well for myself, because obviously going forward I do need to kind of continue the tier 92 and tier 99 prayer series, if anyone did watch that previously. So I think once I do pay off some debt that I'm currently in, I would like to continue with that series, and obviously with the tier 92 armor that's come out as well now with Elite Dungeons, and obviously Tecton is coming out not this week but the following week. You know, there's quite a few things going on with Runescape at the moment in terms of PVM, so I've kind of got some really good ideas kind of in mind. But either way, I'll leave you to the video guys and let's get into it. Araxxor and Araxxor. So if anyone doesn't know what or who Araxxor and Araxxor is, they're the spider bosses in Runescape. So a lot of people do ask me how difficult the actual boss fight is, and honestly I can't really say it's hard because I have a lot of experience, but if I do look back on my days when I was doing my first kill, yeah, let's admit I was running around P4 like a headless chicken, screaming like a girl because of that core. That core literally was not fun. I didn't like that core. It gave me nightmares, to be honest. But honestly, in terms of difficulty, a lot of people do come into my Twitch chat and ask like, is it difficult? I've never been before. What's it like in comparison to other bosses? Honestly, like Araxxor and Araxxor, the thing is, like, I will base them around a high tier boss. Obviously, as it builds in rage, it does get harder because it maxes out at 300% unless you camp around on P4, which I believe then it maxes at 600. But I believe a lot of people just tend to do that for base, for the base pet chance, because you got a higher chance on high and rage for that particular pet. But either way, yeah, it caps out at 300. Of course, you can also, you know, go through more percentage on a 300% as it goes through. But honestly though, personally, I would say the fight is probably around a duo next, maybe slightly one step up or slightly more difficult. It's not really that difficult once you know how to do each individual phase and like the mechanics and what's going on. Like, it's like any other boss, right? You go to a boss, you understand mechanics, and you know, you just go through it. For me personally, it took me probably 30 kills maybe to actually understand like what is going on in the actual fight, and what basically each path has different mechanics, let's put it this way. For example, I'm showing you like a clip of my kill here, and I've taken top path. See, from phase 1 is always the same fight, and then as you go through like into P2 and into P3, different mechanics come into play. And for like, say for example P2, if you do the damage before any spiders spawn, basically what you can do is just surge down straight into P3, so that you're basically eliminating P2, for example. But as I said, I will probably make an Araxxor guide. I guess if you guys do want to leave something in the comments below, if you want me to make an Araxxor guide, just say like, yeah, I do want you to make an Araxxor guide, or just like say yes, or just something just to let me know that it might still be useful for some people to actually maybe have an updated guide, because I'm not sure when the last updated guide was. It might have been, I don't know, maybe early this year or last year. I'm not overly too sure. But either way, if you do want me to make a guide, I can happily make a guide for all styles as well, for magic, range and melee. But as I said, yeah, a lot of people say, is it difficult and everything? No, not really. I'll definitely say give it a try. The loot, I'll show you obviously later what my loot was from 100 kills, but in terms of loot and in terms of GP per hour, because a lot of people do ask this, I'll say it's around about 10 to 15 mil. I'll say somewhere between there, that's where you're looking for Araxxor. Of course it can be slightly more if you get lucky with maybe leg pieces and stuff. As I said about hills, I'm not really too sure if hills are even worth grabbing anymore. I think it's more the leg pieces that are of value like nowadays. But honestly, if you are looking into doing Araxxor or even learning or getting into it, I would highly recommend it, because it is a really interesting boss. Yeah, sometimes it can be pretty brutal, especially with well, for me, for certain things that happen in my Twitch chat, they got a chance of killing me, let's put it that way. So that way it's not as fun, it's quite brutal. But either way, it's an enjoyable boss, and I say you should recommend it. Either way, let's get into the loot, guys. The loot from 100 Araxxor. So the actual overall loot actually did surprise me to think how much money I actually did make from 100 Araxxor kills. So the actual value decided to come out to 79 mil. So this was without uniques as well. Within this, we also did manage to get 2 fortress keys, and also an effigy as well to add on to that. Obviously I know they don't really count towards anything, and I don't really think the Triss keys are of value. Also we did manage to get 2 Araxxor eyes. I know, kind of not a great hill, but as I said, I'm not really too sure if anything is of value, and I'm not too sure if Fang is still of value either. And also we did manage to get 2 spider leg tops as well, so once again they are probably the most valuable thing there, which is the spider leg tops. But as I said, the actual overall value of just the normal loot did quite surprise me. Around 80 mil in normal loot. That's actually quite a fair chunk of money just for 100 Araxxor kills. Just shows you how much money you can actually make from like decent tier bosses. So the rough calculations and profit. So of course we had 2 spider leg tops. A current full spider leg is sitting at 130 mil. So of course I divided it by 3 to get the one split of the leg, which come up to 43.3 mil. Of course I have 2 of them, so I've times it by 2 to get 86.6 mil profit from the legs. The 2 Araxxor eyes, unfortunately they both come out at a 5 mil, so of course I had 2. It comes out at 10 mil loss. It's a shame to see that though, it is a shame. I know the game progresses, but I do remember back when eyes and webs and a fang was all profit. And I remember at one point when Araxxor did first come out, I think it was the eye that was the most, and then it went to the web, and then it went to the fang. But it's a real shame, but as I said, it's the game progression. There's 292s out now, and not many people do Araxxor as much as they used to, and it's just how the game works. But as I said, it's a real shame. I do enjoy Araxxor nonetheless, even if I do get a hilt that's not worth of LE value, you know, I'll still go because I still enjoy the boss. I go for Reapers, I just go for general things. Of course I'm now going for the 1k kills, so that's kind of some more motivation. But also you got boss titles that you can go towards. One thing I am like looking forward to is during this like little mini series is that I have a chance to go for some boss titles as well. So fingers crossed we do get a couple along the way, and maybe some new personal bests, and say at like certain bosses. So should be a bit of a interesting road, and where we kind of finish as well. But either way, as I said, the normal loot, which you literally just saw, was 79 mil, which once again I was a little surprised on how much money we actually made. But in reality we did get quite a few Onyx Tears and Rune Ore and Bruise and just stuff like that, so it kind of does make sense. So the actual grand total with everything excluding the Araxxor eyes came to 165.6 mil. So we did get an effigy, but obviously, of course that's just XP. The 2 fortress keys, well, I'm going to leave those aside purely just because I don't want to add any of the clue loot into it. So yeah, there could be some major loots in there like dyes and stuff to add on top of it if you're going to look into it in that kind of point of view, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to set those aside as like a 0 GP kind of thing. I just want to purely literally focus on the loot itself, nothing outside coming in from clues or whatever it is. So but as I said, I'm really happy. So The actual time it took me to actually complete this was around, I don't know, 10 hours, because I got around about 10 kills an hour due to the paths I was on as well, because I did a lot of it on top path, as obviously due to the spider legs that you saw, and middle. I didn't really actually touch bottom that much, so it was around about 10 kills an hour. It took around about 10 hours to complete. Of course, if the grand total was 165, it was around about 16.5 mil roughly an hour. So as I said, it's not bad money if you can get a decent amount of kills per hour. So if you're looking into it, guys, I'd definitely recommend it. It's a nice kind of, not higher tier, but it's a nice high tier boss to go and learn and, you know, make some money, guys. So guys, for the next boss, what should I do? So it's either going to be between Telos, Rise of the Six, and Solak. So of course Solak's the newest boss in the game, which I probably expect most people to go for, but it could be Telos, it could be Rise of the Six. But yeah guys, just let me know what you want me to do as well in the comments below as well, guys. If you could do that for me, then I kind of know where to go and kind of push on with it. But either way, I'm looking forward to whatever it is, and you know, hopefully make some good money just like Araxxor from the 100 kills that we've done so far. Well guys, hopefully you do enjoy this kind of type of video. If you do though, feel free to drop the video a like, so I kind of know that you guys kind of like this idea. But yeah, as I said at the start, it's kind of a good way for me to make money, go for boss titles and everything, but also I was really curious to see how much money we could actually make from 1,000 boss kills from each individual boss as well, just to kind of weigh up how much money you're kind of expecting potentially in the long run as well. But either way, I'm looking forward to completing some more bosses and getting some more of these videos out to you guys, so you guys can kind of indulge with me and kind of see how much we can actually make, and maybe it give you a bit of motivation to go try out some more bosses, or maybe some new bosses that you've never encountered before. But either way guys, thank you so much for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. Thank you for all the support as per usual. The last upload I did was a Solak guide actually, and the Solak guide was pretty insane actually. So guys, thank you for all the support on that, and all the likes and just all the friendly comments and everything, and hopefully it did help you out. But either way guys, either way, yeah, it will either be a Telos Rots or a Solak kill, so you guys let me know what you want to see next in terms of a loot video. But either way guys, take it easy and have a great day, and I'll see you guys then. Bye guys.